Yes, sir. It's your boy, Jelani Reid, and welcome back to RBTL. That is Read Between the Lines. But today we're not doing a full episode. I wanted to give you a quick read today. And of course, you'd figure that it'd be about the NFL due to the fact that the NFL season has been in full swing and we're already at week 3. But no, I'm talking to you about the NBA because there is a story that just won't stop. It is now becoming a soap opera before our very eyes. And again, there's no end near. So that's in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. There's no love right now from the side of Ben Simmons towards the Sixers. Uh, as we see today, there's new reports coming out daily, it seems, but a new report today that says Ben Simmons has mentally checked out as a member of the 76ers, according to Shams. And, there's more to this story because, as you can see here, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Matisse Thybulle, and most of the team were set to take a jet to see Simmons before being turned away. That happened today. And yeah, they were supposed to meet up with Ben in LA to discuss matters, to discuss what's really going on. There's so many trade talks, so many rumors. And they were trying to go meet with Ben Simmons with the hope that Ben would probably say, you know what, let's run it back. You're my guys, blah, blah, blah. Let's put this behind us. Didn't work. Hasn't worked. Ben still hasn't really been in contact with anyone from the team since the playoffs, it seems. But where do we really start? Where does this start? This starts in the second round. This starts when they lose to the Atlanta Hawks, a team that I said could beat the Sixers. So I wasn't surprised that it happened. But obviously, you look at game 7, and if you remember correctly, it was fourth quarter, it was a tight game, great game going on, and then Ben Simmons has a chance to have a go-ahead dunk because he gets the ball, turns around in the paint. Only Trey Young is there to protect the paint, and yet Ben Simmons, who is about twice the size of Trey Young, he decides to just dish it off to Tobias Harris, who was covered by a few guys, and obviously gets fouled, goes to the line, blah blah blah, and we know how that ended. The Hawks ended up winning the game, but yeah, that was really the turning point. Even when I was watching it, I was yelling at the screen. I was like, "Why didn't you dunk? Why? You're almost 7 feet tall. Like the rim's right there." And Trey Young, again, he is so short compared to you. He's not a menace in the paint whatsoever. You can't mistake him for that. So yeah, it was shocking to see for sure. And it played out towards the end, and we saw in the post games following the loss, the Sixers head coach Doc Rivers was asked questions on, can Ben be a guy that you rely on, in terms of a championship run? Can you win a championship with him? And he was like, I don't know the answer to that. I can't give you the answer right now to that. And that was a bit sus. I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit suspicious. And then, Joel Embiid, he adds on to it, saying, yeah, you know what? There was a point in the game where we had an opportunity to score some key points and we didn't end up doing it. Obviously, he was pointing at the move or non-move that Ben had in terms of Ben passing up that dunk. And you know what? It's just not looking good right now. It's not looking good because Ben now needs to change the scenery. He needs a change of scenery. I think that Philly is not it for him anymore. The fans are getting to him. The media is getting to him. Obviously, Philly, like, come on. And of course, Philly has also been in talks with other teams about a trade. Yes, they do want to keep Ben Simmons, but at the same time, they can't say they haven't been talking to teams. Now, my problem. Here's the problem here, okay? Ben Simmons, good player. I like him. I like Ben. I'm a Ben fan. I am. I just wish he could shoot the basketball. But the problem here is what has happened to contracts. if I remember correctly, Ben has about 4 years left on his deal. Okay. What's going on here? At this rate, I don't think players coming up, like guys in the future that are going to come in the league or even come to the Sixers, if you want to have an example, these young guys coming up are going to look at their contract and say, okay, who cares? Because as soon as something goes wrong, they're going to want out. As soon as something doesn't go their way, they're going to want out. Ben Simmons is crying right now. He's being a baby right now. I hate to say this. I hate to say this because he is, again, a guy I like, a guy I root for. If I'm Philadelphia, I do not cave. Okay? Because Ben Simmons, yes, you could say that he was thrown under the bus by Doc, by Joel Embiid, his teammate, his brother, in that press conference. You could say all of those things. That's fine. And I'd be upset too if I was Ben Simmons. However, I can't sit up here if I'm Ben Simmons and act like I am perfect. Because he's not in this case. He isn't. 9.9 points, along with, I believe that's 6 rebounds and 8.6 assists during the series against the Hawks. So 9, 6, and 8. However, don't look at the 6 and 8 stats, okay? Look at that 9. He was a non-factor offensively. Oh, he was also 15 of 45 from the line. Horrendous. Okay? Horrendous. That's not what you want. That's not what I would want to see if I'm a Sixers fan. Ben Simmons is better than that. Okay? He was a non-factor offensively throughout the series. We saw it. That's why they didn't win the series. He didn't show up. And now he wants to act like, you know what? Okay, I'm perfect. I don't play any role in what surpassed this postseason, us losing in the second round when y'all were the favorite to go meet up with Giannis and the Bucks in the conference finals, or the Nets, one of the two. Everyone thought the Sixers were going to the conference finals. That's the point here. And Ben played a role in them not making it. He's gone way too far with this, man. As soon as something goes wrong, Ben is crying. Ben is whining. And he's not seeing the situation for what it really is. I get it, Ben. You got thrown under the bus by Doc. However, let's not forget Doc was there for you. He was there for you months leading up to this, years leading up to this moment. He had your back. Everyone was like, okay, when's Ben going to shoot? Why don't you do this with Ben? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, Doc was like, I got Ben. I got him. This time he slipped up, okay, in this press conference after the Game 7 loss. I understand that. But let's not forget that Doc had your back this whole time. And you are not innocent. That's the big thing here. He's not innocent. He's acting like he's one of the best players in the game of basketball. He's good, but he ain't no top 10, top 5. He's acting like this. He's acting like he's the face of the team. I'd say it's Joel Embiid. He's acting like he was the reason why the Sixers were the number 1 seed. He's acting like he's the reason why the Sixers were favored. He's acting like he did the most for this team. I don't see that. And I didn't see that in the playoffs. I didn't. This is a guy who's, averaging 14, 6, and 7 in 2021. Those are numbers that are lower than 2020 and lower than 2019. So dating back to 2019, his numbers have gone down. 15 of 45 from the line. Are we for real? Are you serious? I'm not having that. No. And on top of that, This guy won't shoot the basketball. He won't shoot it. So he can't shoot from the line. He doesn't want to dunk on damn near 5'11 Trae Young. He's 6 feet, but still. Doesn't want to dunk on him. He was nowhere to be found offensively. Okay. And a lot of people want to point to the fact that he doesn't shoot the basketball. Like I just said, doesn't shoot from the perimeter. He's 5 of 34 since getting in the league from three. Is this a Sixers problem in terms of development? Because by this year, like he's played in the league for a while now. Okay. He's a vet. He's a young vet. At this rate, I don't even know if he's going to start shooting. He should have already. We should already see a progression offensively in his game. We know it's there, but it's also mental. Is it the fans, the Philly fans getting to his head? Is it himself not believing that he could get it done in terms of shooting? All these things are things we need to discuss. But when I'm looking at it, this is a good player, man. 3-time All-Star. He's someone who I thought I had Ben Simmons as the defensive player of the year in 2021. He's that good defensively. He's a menace defensively. I'd want him on my team for that. This guy's been all defensive. He's obviously had the rookie of the year back in 2018. All NBA. Like, he has the tools. He just didn't show up this time around. He didn't show up. And now he's acting prima donna. He's acting like he is stainless in this situation, which is not true. Let's check the tape. Let's check the numbers. Let's check everything. Ben Simmons, you didn't deliver. And now you want to sit here and act like, you know what? I get to pick where I want to be traded to. I want to go to Cali. I want to go to LA. Golden State. What? Who gave this man the right to request where he should land? I don't see where he merits that. I don't see where the Sixers should give him that right. What has he done? Especially looking at his recent play, what gives him the authority to decide where he is going to end up? I laughed when I saw that Ben Simmons wants to go to only the Cali teams and not the Kings. Sorry, Kings fans. Who is this guy to say this? You didn't deliver. You don't deserve this. And again, this is not good for the future of the league because young guys are going to come in the door. And as soon as something goes wrong, whether it's them, their teammates, organization, whatever, they're going to point to player empowerment. And they're going to say, you know what? I want out. Who cares? I might have a 5-year, 4-year contract, maybe 3 years left on my deal, 2 years left on my deal. I want out. I don't care. And what's worse is that not all those guys are going to have earned that right. Some of these guys might come out here and play like garbage, or some of these guys might come out here and play poorly, below average, and still say, you know what? Nah, I want out. I want out. This is not it for me. I want greener pastures. What? What is this? What is going on here? Ben Simmons needs to look in the mirror. I get it, the Philly media. I get it that you were called out. I understand that. I'd be upset too. However, you're not perfect here, Ben. You're not perfect here, my guy. You're not. If you did show up in this series against the Hawks, then okay. All right, I give you this right. If you showed up all year long, probably seeing development offensively as well, shooting, maybe you have more right to say this. But I don't see anywhere where Ben Simmons should be going to the Sixers and saying, I want here, I want there, I want to go there. I don't want to talk to y'all. Why isn't he talking to them? This is childish. Yes, you want out? Okay, but talk to us at least, bare minimum. Who are you to cancel us out? Who are you to R-bomb us, to ignore us, Ben? Who are you? You're not LeBron James. You're not KD. You're not Giannis. So that's the problem I have right now. He's acting foolish. He's not seeing what he's done. Where does he go from here, though? That's the thing. Out of several, trade talks and rumors over the past few years, this is one I cannot figure out. I don't know where he's going to end up. I don't know. Yes, usual suspects. You have Golden State. Obviously, Andrew Wiggins doesn't want to get vaxxed. And it's looking a lot more likely that they might want to move him because of that. He can't play in any home games in San Francisco. They have the mandate. You need it. You need the vaccine to play home games. So he'd miss 41. And on top of that, if he plays in New York, if the Warriors go to New York, he can't play against the Nets or the Knicks because they do the same thing. So he'd play probably like 38 games or 37 games in total. They don't want to deal with this. The Warriors don't. So I feel like a trade might be on the horizon, right? And of course, you're going to point to the fact that Ben Simmons is an upgrade from Draymond Green. He's Draymond quicker, faster, stronger Draymond right now. That's what he is. So that's why you would point to the Golden State Warriors as a possible destination. Okay. I've been saying Minnesota. I know. Minnesota? What are you talking about, Minnesota? They're the Timberwolves. I know. Not appealing, not the most glamorous franchise in the league. I get that. But I think it would be a new start for him. And he'd get away from the media because nobody be talking about Minnesota with all due respect. Shout out Anthony Edwards and Cat, though. And D'Lo, of course, my guy. But, I mean, they have a young core. I see Ben fitting in that core. As a point forward, dishing out the ball to these guys like Ant and Cat, getting him some touches. I mean, it would work out. It would. Now, who do the Timberwolves trade? That would probably be like D'Lo, a first, something like that. You'd probably have to throw in a guy like McDaniels, Jaden McDaniels. You might have to throw him in there. Malik Beasley, possibly. These guys, right? That's what a deal would probably look like. But again, I think Minnesota is the team to really watch here. Okay. Again, Sachin Gupta, all right, new executive filling in for Rosas, who they fired, right? The new president, Sachin Gupta, he will work his ass off, quote unquote, to acquire Ben Simmons and has full authority and green light from ownership to get this deal done. So again, watch for Minnesota. I've been saying it the whole time. Everyone's like Cavs, Raptors, Warriors, blah, blah, blah. I said Wolves. So watch for that. But again, Ben Simmons, great player. He has the right tools. I still see greatness in Ben Simmons. That's why I'm upset that we're at this point. I feel like he needs to go somewhere else to really, fix up everything that's gone wrong. I also want him to start shooting the basketball, please. It's been far too long. And also, by the way, real quick, why do I see this video of him today in the gym shooting jumpers from the perimeter and from three? I'm tired of seeing those videos, Ben. I'm tired of it, bro. I'm tired. We know you can shoot when in the YMCA gyms. Now translate that, my guy. Translate that. We want to see it on the floor in the NBA, not at the local gym. We're tired of it. It doesn't do anything for us. It's like, okay, fine. It's yet another offseason video. We want to see improvement and growth offensively. We want to see that because 9 points, 6 of 8, that's good in terms of assists and rebounds, but 9 points, 15 for 45 shooting from the line. Are we for real? Hello? In the words of Rob Parker, is this mic on? Is this mic on? Can you hear me? Clean out the earwax. Can you hear me? That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And yet you want to sit here and act like you are innocent. You're not, Ben. You're not. Because had you showed up in the series against the Hawks, if you were there, if you were present, we might be talking about a conference finals where you were in it. Maybe the NBA finals. But the fact of the matter is, Ben Simmons, this case of Ben Simmons against the Sixers, is not good for the future of the league because young guys are going to come up and say, you know what, I want out. As soon as something goes wrong, they're going to want a trade. They're going to want out. Player empowerment is getting abused now. Okay? I think the owners are really looking at this and saying to themselves, we need to do something about this. Because some guys deserve it. Some guys deserve what they're asking for and their outs because they have earned it. But Ben Simmons, to me, good player. He hasn't earned ignoring the Sixers. He hasn't earned requesting a trade to Cali teams, not including Sacramento. He hasn't earned it. We'll see what happens. For the quick read, I'm Jelani Reid.